If you're running low on motivation, I'm going to help you find it in a quick and easy way so that you can jump right back into bar prep if you're taking it for a second or more time. Or you can get past the anxiety and the dread that you may be feeling as a first time taker, so that you can take it once and be done. Here's the thing. Let's go through this step by step. If you're here watching, let me know whether you are taking the next gen bar exam or if you're still able to take the traditional one, the one that's been around for ages. Whether you are moving into a new bar exam or you're taking the old-fashioned one, you need to be motivated if you're going to dive into bar prep in a effective way. Yes, you do need the right strategies, the approach that fits for you. Everyone is different. Find out what fits for you. I have an article on that below. And you also need to have time and emotional space carved out for bar prep. But what if you're not motivated? The first problem when you're not motivated includes a fear of the future, fear of the unknown, or fear of success or failure. It could be any one of those fears. And I was helping a bar taker who didn't even realize that although she had, aced law school, done well with the MPRE, had no problem with the LSAT, she was a first time taker. She was in fear about the bar exam. And she watched my videos on YouTube like you're doing, but she didn't really take any action on the programs that I had available. But she took the exam and failed it. When she came to me and said, okay, I need something because I know I'm smart enough. There's no reason why I should have failed the exam. That's when we dove into her mindset. And I could often help you with a mindset session, just one session to get you down to the bottom of what it is and get you past it. It's very quick and efficient and affordable for most people, and it solves the problem at its root. So when we did this mindset session, we finally came down to it was really a fear of becoming a lawyer. And what supported that fear was the fact that she didn't know how she was going to do it with a brain injury that had left her on disability, raising a child. She was raising a child, she was on disability, and she's like, I don't think I'll make it as a lawyer. And we were able to dismantle that because clearly you've gotten this far. You'll figure out how to be a lawyer the same way you figured out how to be a law student, right? But that was so buried under all the study plans and, what big box bar review to use and, oh, how many of your classmates have already passed and you're left behind and all the money and all the accommodations, like all the noise was covering it. And it took me holding her hand and sifting through layer by layer until she got down to realizing what the actual problem was, right? So if you think that you may have a latent fear, whether it's fear of success, like what if you actually pass the bar exam and then what happens after? Fear of failure, what if you fail the bar exam and that noise keeps reverberating in your head about what if I fail, what if it's not good enough, or other fears, right? Involved in this, then you definitely want to stick around to the end. I'm going to tell you how you can talk with me really quickly in a free consultation to find out if you are a candidate for a mindset session to get down to the bottom of the noise and to eliminate it. The next thing that will steal your motivation when it comes to bar prep is you are simply not studying the way that you're supposed to be. Everyone has a specific way that they need to be studying. And it's not just about your learning style. Learning style is all the rage and it's good that it's out there, but it's not just about your learning style. There are other things that weigh in on how you're supposed to study. I actually have a quiz that will pinpoint your study personality because you need to find out what personality is driving your actions, not just how your brain works, but how your heart works. You can have the best bar prep for you. But if you are, let's say, a community individual, and the quiz that I have for you will show you what your personality is. If you're a community individual, but you're studying in a way that's more for our certainty individuals, you will be depressed. You will have emotional drainage, like there's nothing filling in your heart. You're draining everything out. You will come up to burnout because again, you're not refueling. And sometimes bar prep takes a lot of emotional labor because you're fighting, different thoughts in your head. You're fighting the old voices. You're fighting back the self-criticism. So it can really be emotionally laborious. And if you're studying in a way that doesn't feed your heart and give you the sense of safety and security, let's say if you're a certainty individual, or community and connection, if you're a community individual, or fun and competition and spice. If you're a distinction individuals run into the worst problems with the bar exam because they will put off studying so that they can self-inject that fun and that spice. They're the ones who say, I work better under pressure. Not really, but it's your study personality that needs to be addressed so that you can feel motivated to study proactively. And most of the academia does not cater to our distinction individuals. So if you are a distinction personality type, then you need to know how to adapt bar prep to fit you. So it's not just about how you study, right? And hopefully you know how you study by now, but sometimes law school can beat it out of you and force you to fit into a box. And you may have learned to deny your natural way of learning information. So that's actually a totally separate matter. But your personality also weighs in on how you study. And if you don't know your learning personality, you could end up repeating the bar over and over again because you're trying to force yourself to do it the way that other people do. One bar taker, she's highly community driven, like hugely community driven. Everything that she does is around like how it'll support her family, how it'll impact her community. Like everything is about connection and people and bigger mission. And her first bar exam attempt, she literally rented a dorm room because campuses were empty over the summer, sequestered herself for the entire summer to study. By the end of it, she was burnt out, she was depressed, she was all of the things, and she did not pass her bar exam. She thought she was doing the best possible thing to pass her bar exam, but what she was doing was trying to study like everybody else, or like how people said she should study. About 50% of the law school population are certainty individuals or wisdom individuals. There's 4 different personality types. And she tried to force herself to study like a certainty person, and that just sabotaged her. So after she came to me and we worked together, we moved her strategies over to connection and community. And she was able to have her heart filled and refueled throughout bar prep without distracting from her studies or taking away from her study time. And that's because we were able to get together one on one, talk about what the issues were, and then find out what the best strategies were for her. So if you want to know how to, one, ascertain your study personality to make sure that you're not sabotaging your bar prep, and then 2, what are those strategies that fit with your personality, then you want to look below and you'll get to talk to me. A quick 15 or 20-minute chat so that we can point you in the right directions, what material to get so that you can personalize your bar prep to fit for you. The last thing you want to do if you are looking for motivation, the problem, why it's not there, is usually simply that you're not clear on what comes after, and your defense mechanisms are keeping you safe. So, whatever the changes may be, you have not made peace with what might come down the line. Now, here's the thing. I was talking to one bar taker in my most recent cohort, in the bar exam mentoring circle. And she had a very colorful history, and we won't get into the details. But basically, she should have never been able to go to law school and even be this far as taking the bar is concerned. So there was a lot of bouncing back, a lot of rewriting history, a lot of all of that in order for her to be able to take the bar exam. And she was dealing with massive regret over how she lived the earlier part of her life, but she was also dealing with what the heck is my future going to look like, because these details about my past haven't gone away. Here's the thing. With her, when we worked together, she was able to move past like the immediate fears and actually start to see hope and actually start to capitalize on her past in order for her law career to be fulfilling, lucrative, all sorts of things. But she had to solve a very specific mindset block first before she could start to see this whole new world for her law life. But until she could do that, what showed up on her bar prep was second guessing, taking too much time writing the essays, all sorts of problems that she tried to drill into with other tutors, essay help, multiple choice help, MPT help, but none of that was the issue, even though she got these really great strategies from them. And we offer you strategies on each part of the exam that help bypass whatever your mindset stuff is. But she got good strategies. She had them. When I talked to her in that first initial consult, she had 80% of everything she needed. But she was intentionally or unintentionally, subconsciously sabotaging herself because of this thought about what happens after. And I don't think that I am cut out for it. I don't think that I am worthy of it. I don't think that I will be accepted over there, on the other side of this exam. We dissolved that, and her intelligence shone through. She was able to just do what she knew to do for the exam and succeed. So if you're trying to find out, why am I not motivated over this bar exam? How come I can't find it in me? Or maybe you start and then you fizzle out really, really fast. Those are mindset issues. Highly encourage you to look below for how you can get on my calendar, and we can talk about what it might be and see what your next steps may be. For a limited time, I offer these free 15 to 20-minute consults just to help you get some direction so that you can find out which way to move forward. Like, do I move forward with more mindset stuff? Is it really just some academic tweaks? We help you find out how to move forward so that you can get some direction. I'm here to help as many lawyers to be as possible pass this bar and enter the working world, because listen, this world needs lawyers like you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.